Hello, my name is Savanna.
And my name is Jessica. And we are members from Give Us a Floor. And Give Us a Floor is a nonprofit that's by teens for teens and is a community that exists in person and online, where we share concerns and experiences through group discussions, blog posts, videos, art, and more creative projects.
Today we are here with Hayley Reardon, folk singer and songwriter from Boston, Massachusetts. Hayley was named Bostonian of the Year by Boston Globe magazine in 2012 to celebrate her music and the empowerment it brings. Thank you so much, Hayley, for being with us today.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
First question for you today is, what made you decide to start a singing career?
I was about 11 years old when I picked up my first guitar and then started writing songs soon after that. And just looking for places to play. I would look for open mics and I would print out lists of them and have my dad drive me. But the more I got in front of people and shared my songs, the more people I met who actually did write songs and perform them for a living, who weren't superstars, but they were making music. And I discovered kind of a folk community and realized that you could make music. That real fun, beautiful, inspiring concerts happened in places that weren't stadiums. I'd only seen huge shows at stadiums, so it kind of revealed this whole music community to me that I didn't know about, and a path that I didn't know was available to anyone, let alone a young person. So I would say it was like in early high school that I realized, wow, I could really make this my job.
Were you ever told not to pursue it? How did you handle people's judgment, if you had any?
In high school and when I started making music, I was so wrapped up in just the excitement of finding this thing that I loved that I didn't care. I just didn't think about any of that. I was so excited. And now it's like old hat. This is what I do. I write songs. And I think it's harder for me to find that headspace where what people say doesn't matter, because I've been doing it for so long and it's become this kind of normal part of my life and my identity. But at that point, it was so fresh and it was so exciting to feel like I had my own thing, that was more powerful to me than anything that other people could say.
What was the most difficult thing for you when you were growing up?
I kind of adopted a pretty professional mindset, and I was really serious about what I did and what I still do, and loved it. But I think sometimes that made it hard for me to feel like I could exist in two worlds, because it was really important to me to maintain like a genuine sense of being young, being in high school. I really wanted to be writing about issues that were important to me. But then sometimes I think I would let my music and my focus on my music and my focus on trying to be the best I could at what I was doing creatively get in the way of having some authentic experiences as a young person. So I guess by that I mean I feel like in some ways I sort of grew up very fast because I was so focused on, not in a bad way, but just in like having decided that this is what I wanted to do from a very young age. So it's balance, I think, was something but I learned a lot through that too. But that was something that is easier for me now, that I remember really struggling with, because especially as a creative person, your life experiences are so important to your art, but it's difficult to kind of find that balance.
Did you have anyone there to push you for that balance? Like, did you have like a rock that was kind of there to support you through your high school and your music and just help you balance it all out?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I have a great family, and my mom was actually the the head guidance counselor at my high school. Like I said, I still have a great family. Past tense. They're still here. They're great. But I had a lot of really wonderful mentors that were really important to me. My producer, who worked on me on most of my records, him and I met and started working together when I was maybe 14. And that was really a great experience for me, and just a great friendship and relationship. And then also I have a mentor who I originally went to for performance lessons because I was really nervous on stage and stuff. But he ended up just teaching me a million different life lessons about a bunch of different things. And one of the biggest ones was balance. So yes, I had multiple kind of rocks, but I would say my family.
Since you found yourself growing up so quickly compared to, I'm sure, other students and your peers, did you ever find that you didn't fit in with the people around you or your school or the community in any way?
Yeah, I did my own thing, and there were a lot of events and high school things and groups and whatever that didn't matter as much to me as they might have to other people, because I was kind of focused on something else. But I would say, like I did before, that was really a blessing to me, more than anything. And I feel like I did get the best of both worlds. But that's been my goal is, what if you took that sense of outlet and gave it to people who were isolated in negative ways?
You're writing your music, and hopefully you're still having like personal relationship with your singing career. Do you ever feel pressured into doing so much in like one time?
So yeah, I think it's just balance. But I think as a creative person, I have to be as a creative person and just as young people, I think it's so important to figure out what we need, like how much social time do I need? Am I an introvert? Am I an extrovert? Like what, how much time do I need alone? How much time do I need to spend like with my feelings? Like, should I be journaling? How much time do I need to spend, sleeping, whatever it is. So that's all just balance. And yeah, I've sort of figured out how I function best in terms of like relationships and spending time with people, and how often I should be focusing on my music and how often I should be focusing on whatever. I think balance is a lifelong journey. So I wouldn't say that I've like figured that all out, but it's definitely, I've learned a lot.
You just mentioned that you were still in school, and I think you go to Belmont University, is that right?
Yeah.
So continuing your musical career and going to school, I know I'm already stressed out and I'm just in high school, so I can only imagine what you must be going through. But what's that like, having a job? I know you balance is key, but
well, it's great. I'm very thankful to be in school for the time being, because it also gives another element to it. Still goes perspective, but also I will say that in college it's obviously much more kind of focused. Like I still take gen eds and stuff, but I'm studying music and I'm writing songs for school, and a lot of it overlaps. And you do have a lot more time, because although the workload may be heavier or more difficult, you do have a lot more, you're not in school 6 hours a day like you are.
What kind of advice do you have for like other teens and college-bound students, especially for me since I'm senior and I'm about to graduate soon? And what do you have some advice like of finding their own personal growth and identity?
I think it's important to separate this emphasis on being good at things from really getting in tune with what makes you feel good. You don't have to be good at something to have it make you feel good. Like, I've recently discovered yoga. I'm so bad at yoga. My sister is like a yoga genius. She's like a teacher and everything, and I'm horrible. Like, she laughs at me through the whole class. But there's a part of it that really, really brings me joy and like a sense of peace that I wouldn't be able to find if I was thinking all the time about how good I am at it. And I think we put a lot of emphasis, especially as young people, as like, I'm supposed to major in what I'm good at. I'm supposed to do what I'm good at. And I think that what you should focus on is what makes you feel like yourself. I know it's a weird feeling to put your finger on, but I think if you start paying attention to it, it's possible to kind of find the moments where you feel most yourself and chase those, whether or not they're the best.
How has social media up and rising, has it shaped you or your music or your career in any way, positive and or negative?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's invaluable to anyone who's trying to get creative work out into the world, or not create, whatever, their ideas, their anything out to the world. On a personal level, I definitely think that, once again, you have to kind of find a balance and with it. But with music, it's definitely effective. I don't know if I'm the best. I'm not like the best at anything like that. Like I never update my phone because I'm scared I'm not gonna know how to work it anymore. So I haven't necessarily found like the perfect way to like market my stuff via social media. I really kind of use it, especially on some platforms. It's kind of this, it's not necessarily all targeted at my music.
If you could go back to your younger self and tell yourself something, what would it be?
I would say to just relax, chill out, everything's gonna be as it should be.
Finally, what advice would you give to teens who feel like they don't have a set career plan for the future yet?
You gotta do what you gotta do to find a career, or find the right college or whatever, and that comes down to a whole bunch of different factors. And but you can always be doing things to kind of connect you to yourself every day, even in small ways. Like journaling, I think, is so important to me. Yeah, I think being creative, I think journaling, whatever that creative outlet is, maybe it's painting, maybe it's something, it's so important. And just being confident in what you do and what brings you joy, even if it's not, what people.
Thank you so much, Hayley. It was a pleasure to meet you. It was amazing to talk to you. And remember, to find out more about Hayley, you can visit her website, hayleyreardon.com. You can also find Hayley's album Good on her website and on iTunes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and you can find more about our teen-led nonprofit Give Us a Floor by visiting www.giveusafloor.com.